Hello everybody, today we're going to learn how to solve basic linear equations. In order to solve a basic linear equation, we need to know how the principle of balance works. Okay, that means we need to know how exactly a balance works. Okay, and after we understand the concept of the principle of balance, we need to know how to choose a suitable operator such that we can actually make our unwanted terms to become zero. Okay, and once we have done that, okay, then we will actually want to solve the linear equation to obtain a numerical solution. So for all solving equations questions, okay, our final objective is to get the value of 1x, 1y, 1a, 1b, etc. Okay, we want to obtain a numerical value. That's our objective, right? Let's try and understand how the principle of balance works. Okay, suppose I have a 1-cent coin on the left side. Okay, I put a 1-cent coin on the left side. What will happen to the balance? Okay, the left side will actually tilt down. Okay, and the right side will actually tilt up. In order to balance the balance, right, what do we need to do? We need to add a 1-cent coin here. Okay, then it will maintain the balance on both sides. Okay, can you get the idea? Okay, so in the center of this balance, right, is like an equal sign. Okay, whatever is on the left side of the balance must be equals to the right side of the balance. Okay, all right. Now let's say, for example, I have an imaginary box here. Okay, and this imaginary box here has X number of coins, right? And I also tell you that on the right side I have 3 coins here. Okay, 3 1-cent coins here. So how many coins will X have? The answer is very obvious. Okay, we will have 3 coins here on the X on the left side. Okay, so this box here, this X here is actually representing 3 1-cent coins here. Okay, so if I translate this to an equation, right? Okay, the left side, okay, it will be 1 plus X. Okay, can we see that? Okay, it's 1-cent coin plus X. Okay, a mystery coin here, mystery number of coins here. Right? Now this center here is our balance, so it's like an equal sign. Okay, and over here we have 4 1-cent coins. Okay, so this will be like a question. Okay, 1 plus X is equals to 4. You can rewrite this as 1 plus X is equals to 4. Okay, so we can do the workings here. Now, how do we get the number of coins in the 1-cent coin or in the X box, mystery box? Okay, so in order to solve this equation, right, all we need to do now is we need to make this 1 become 0. How do we make this 1 become 0? We will minus 1 on this side. Okay, so let's do this now. So I have 1 plus X equals to 4, right? Okay, what we need to do now is we need to actually remove 1 from here. Okay, so I'll minus 1 from here. And if I minus 1 from the left side, what do I need to do on the right side? I need to also minus 1 here. Okay, so if I do this, then I will actually balance the whole thing. Okay, so end up I'll have X is equals to 4 minus 1. Okay, so X will be equals to 3. This is how we solve the question, right? Okay, so when we are presenting our workings, right? Okay, this part here, I was showing it to you for your understanding. Okay, so when we are actually presenting our workings, we need not show this part. Okay, you just need to know that if whatever you do on the left side, it must be consistent on the right side. So if I minus 1 on the left side, I should also minus 1 on the right side. And once we have done that, okay, you can just straight away write down X. Okay, because you have already removed it, it became 0. So you can just write down X immediately. X will be equals to 4 minus 1. Okay, and X will be equals to 3. Now what do you notice about this minus 1? Okay, I have 1 on the left side. Okay, but when I actually want to make it 0, I use the opposite operator. Okay, so this is the concept of the opposite operator. Right, so once I use the opposite operator, right, what happens now is I'm actually minusing it. to get it 0. Okay, so I have a plus 1 here. I need to use minus 1 to make it 0. And because of that, then I can actually write down straight away from here, x will be equals to 4 minus 1. Okay, the 1 will disappear here, and on the right side I need to balance it using minus 1. So x will be equals to 3. That's the idea of the principle of balance. Are you clear about this? Alright, let's take a look at an example over here. X plus 5 is equals to 2. Okay, so what we remember, our objective of solving a linear equation is actually to solve for the value of 1x. Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to remove the 5. In order to remove the 5, we will use the opposite operator. Okay, so over here is plus 5. Well, what do we need to do to remove it, to make it 0? We'll use minus 5. Okay, minus 5 is actually the opposite operator. So when we take 5 minus 5, we get 0. And from here, we will also minus 5. Because of the principles of balance, whatever I do on the left side, it should be the same as whatever I do on the right side. Okay, so translating this into workings, it will be x equals 2 minus 5. Okay, and I solve for it using calculator. X will be equals to negative 3. Okay, so again, this part here is just for your understanding. Okay, it's not necessary. So when you are showing your workings, okay, you can just do the workings directly. Just identify what is the operator that you need to use. Okay, you see a plus 5 here, you need to minus 5 to remove it. And when you minus 5 on the left side, you should also minus 5 on the right side. So straight away you can write down x equals to 2 minus 5. And from there, x is equals to negative 3. Right? Are we clear about this? Okay. Let's move on to a subtraction example. So same thing. Okay, when we have x minus 3 is equals to 9. Okay, so x minus 3 is equals to 9. Okay, so now notice we need to remove the minus 3. And by opposite operator, we need to plus 3. Okay, because this is minus, the opposite of minus is plus. So we need to plus 3 on both sides. Okay, so because of principles of balance, whatever I do on the left side must be the same as what I do on the right side. Okay, so now translating this into workings, x is equals to 9 plus 3. Okay, and our final answer will be x equals to 12. Okay, again, this is not necessary. Okay, it's only for your understanding. So as long as you understand the principles of balance, you know how to make use of the opposite operator, okay, then we can actually do the working straight away. Okay, so from here, okay, you know that you need to remove minus 3, so we plus 3, and therefore we plus 3 on the left side, we must also plus 3 to the right side. So straight away you can write down x equals to 9 plus 3, and you'll get the answer. Okay, are we clear about this? Alright, next we take a look at 2x equals to negative 18. Now we can imagine this as if there's a balance again. Okay, and now on both sides of the balance, okay, I have these numbers. I have 2 units of x, and I have a negative 18 here. Okay, alright. So if 2 units give me negative 18, what will 1 unit give me? Okay, it's very obvious, right? I need to divide by 2 here, then I will remove it. Okay, and I need to divide by 2 here to get the answer. Can we get the idea? Right. Okay, so in this scenario, right, what we need to do is we need to divide by 2 on both sides. And if we are doing a question, we will not be expected to draw our balance all the time. So we need to also understand what is the meaning of opposite operator. Okay, so notice over here, 2 and x, okay, is in multiplication of one another. Okay, so it's actually 2 times x. What's the opposite of multiply? It's actually to divide. Okay, so when we actually divide by 2, we will actually remove the 2. Okay, so let me show you now. Okay, so in order to remove the 2, we'll actually divide by 2. Okay, then we'll cancel, we're left with 1. And the objective of solving a linear equation is always to obtain the value of 1x. Okay, so if we divided by 2 on the left side, what must we do on the right side? we must also divide by 2, right? Okay, so effectively the working will be like this. X is equals to negative 18 divided by 2. Okay, use your calculator or mental calculation. X will be equals to negative 9. Okay, so again over here is just for your understanding, is not necessary in your workings. So when we are doing this question, you just need to identify, okay, between 2 and x is a multiply. Okay, so the opposite of multiply is divide. So we need to divide by 2 to remove the 2. And once we divide by 2 on the left side, we must also divide by 2 on the right side. So this is how we obtain this equation. And once we have this equation, you just use your mental calculation or just use your calculator, you'll be able to get the final answer. And this will be the final answer. Okay, clear about this? Okay, next we take a look at this. Okay, so over here is x divided by 5. Okay, so this is like 1/5 x. So we have x divided by 5. Okay, what's the opposite of divide? It will be times. Okay, so let's look at it now. So x over 5 is equals to 4. Right? So in order to remove this 5 here, we need to multiply by 5. Okay, 5 is the same as 5 over 1. Right? So we also learned previously when we were multiplying fraction, what do? We can cancel any numerator with any denominator. So effectively, when we multiply by 5 over here, we can remove the denominator, the 5 from the denominator. Okay, so if we multiply by 5 on the left side, what must we do on the right side? We must also multiply by 5. Okay, so translating this into normal workings, x will be equals to 4 times 5. Okay, so x will be equals to 20. Okay, so again, this part here is just for your understanding. Okay, it's not necessary to show this working. Right, so how do we actually remember this? Okay, just observe the equation over here. So we have x and 5. Okay, what is the operator between them? It's a divide. Okay, so the opposite operator of divide is times. So in order to remove the 5, we need to times 5 on the left side. And when we times 5 on the left side, we must also times 5 on the right side. So this question here will translate to the working over here. So straight away, you can just write x is equals to 4 times 5. Okay, and our final answer will be x equals to 20. Okay, just remember to use the opposite operator and you'll be able to solve the question quickly. Okay, so that's all for today's lesson. I hope you have understand something. Alright, we'll see you next time.